Alright, so I was really trying hard to not hold this thing, but I just can't seem to find a good, excuse me, angle to put the camera because I don't know, I just can't. So maybe I need a better tripod or whatever. So, alright, guys, welcome back to the channel. It is October 31st, 2018, and it's beautiful out here, guys. The sun's about to come up, the air is clean, these birds are singing. You know, whatever song it is they're singing, I guess they're in a good mood or maybe they're hungry. I'm not sure. Okay, so I want to touch on the topic that I feel like would be pretty interesting. This is something I talked about a couple of years ago. I don't know what happened to that video. Maybe I took the video down for whatever reason. I know there was a point in time where I was about to shut this channel down completely, because I felt like it was a waste of time, and I just went on a delete frenzy. I actually had a lot more videos than you see right now, a whole lot more videos, but a lot of them are somewhere into the internet database of deleted files and encrypted stuff, I guess, you know, because I don't really believe anything ever really goes away when you delete it. But I know I touched on this topic of personal training and what you may need to know or what you want to know, especially if you are somebody out there who is desiring to be a personal trainer. If that's a field you want to get in, I think this video may shine some light on you, because I know a lot of young trainers, people who are just starting out, people who are just getting certified or have just gotten certified, or whatever, you know, choice in which you decided to take, whether you got your bachelor's in exercise science, whatever course you choose to take. I know a lot of these younger men and women are they're very hopeful, and they believe because they have what it is they need to them become a successful trainer that they are good and set. Take it from me. I've been in this field since 2010. So this past July makes 8 years that I've been in this field. And I can honestly say that this field is one of the most, I'm going to say it's bittersweet. One of the most bittersweet careers in which you can have. And what I mean by that is there are some moments in which you're going to have victories. You're going to have those clients who get results. You're going to have those clients who have great testimonials. You're going to have those clients who do everything that you ask them to do. And that's a very rewarding feeling, to where you can say you actually help somebody achieve a goal. You've helped somebody beat diabetes, type 2 diabetes. You've helped somebody get their blood pressure under control by getting them off of certain medications. You've helped somebody in all different type of areas for their quality of life and health. Okay, but then there's that other side that a lot of that you really don't hear a lot about, and I don't understand why, because this is something that is very real. You're going to deal with people who are just completely, like, gosh, I'm trying to think of a nice word to put this, who just have no intentions, I'll say, of following through with the plan, following through with whatever you say. Example, you know, I can get a new client, and I get new clients fairly often, and I can tell them, okay, your goal is to lose X amount of pounds. This is what we're going to have to do. You're going to have to count your macros. Oh, that's a problem in itself right there, because the majority of society does not want to use a food scale. They don't want to track macros. They don't want to follow a plan. I mean, I'm like, how do you expect to get results if you're not going to adhere to a plan? I always tell everybody, like, you know, give me an idea of what you like to eat, and I'll make a plan with those foods in which you enjoy. And these people still seem to have a hard time listening. And these same people don't get results, and they want to complain later about not getting results. Well, maybe it's because you just didn't listen to your trainer and followed your diet, or got your days in the gym, because that's another problem right there. A lot of people I've worked with in the past, even now, make excuses about how they can't seem to get to the gym, whether it has something to do with work, whether it has something to do with kids, whether it has something to do with family, they're tired, whatever the case may be. They just seem to just not be able to follow through with their end of the deal. And I just want people to be aware that just because you are in a new field of personal training, that you're not, it's not always going to be pretty. People are not always going to listen to you, even if they're paying you. And that's the whole kicker about this whole thing. People are paying you money to tell them what they need to do, and they still won't fall through with their end of the deal. It blows my mind. I've seen people pay anywhere from $100 to $400 a month on personal training, and only for them to not even halfway listen to everything that you say. Okay, that's just, I don't know. If it was me and I'm paying for something, I just don't see me not falling through 100%, because I got money coming out of my pocket for some services in which I feel like it's going to benefit me for the future and my health, and I'm trying to put on some muscle, or I'm trying to lose some body fat or something. I'm going to do everything this person says. That's the whole point of paying for it. You're paying for not only knowledge, but you're paying for accountability. You're paying for somebody to be in your corner to help you. But it's crazy because some people still won't do everything that they're supposed to do, regardless of them paying for it. And that's just one of the crazy things. I just want young men and women out there who are aspiring to be personal trainers and thinking that they're not going to ever run into this problem. Okay, it's very, very, very likely to happen, because, I mean, think about it. We're in society and we're dealing with a very, very inconsistent genre of people, because if you look around you, everyone is freaking overweight. So that just goes to show you that they practice unhealthy habits. And when you try to help somebody out and introduce healthy habits or methods of being consistent with trying to take care of themselves, they're not always going to click. Now, I will say there's some people in which I've trained that they didn't always get it right off the bat. It took some time. It took a couple of months. It even took a year or so for some people to get it. But then again, some people get it like that, and some people never get it. And that part right there is the bitter. That starts crawling into the bitter part of this whole career. It is freaking irritating. It is irritating to just constantly pour yourself into people, pour your knowledge into people, only for them to not appreciate it. So it almost makes you scratch your head like, why did I even sign up for this? You know, I have something that other people desire, and I'm telling them what they need to do, and they still won't do it. But again, that's just the genre of society in which we're dealing with. These inconsistent people who claim that they want something, but when you tell them what they're going to have to do to get it and what's required of them to do it, then you really start to see the other side. And that can be extremely, just very, very depressing almost for some trainers. I know a lot of trainers who literally quit the field because of that type of stuff. But I think the reason that I've stuck around for so long is because there have been more good stories and good outcomes than bad. And that's just, I don't care what you do for a living. There's always going to be something that's going to be good that comes out of it, and then there's going to be a little bit of negative. But I feel like if there's more good than bad, then I don't see any reason that you can't stick it out. Okay, so just know that if you're trying to become a trainer, you're going to deal with all type of people. So don't let that discourage you. Some are going to listen, some are not going to listen. The other side of training that that they pretty much don't teach you in school is how to survive as a personal trainer. How to survive. I have been completely independent for the past year and 6 months, I'll say. For the past year and 6 months, I've been independent. Before that, I pretty much worked in the gym. So I worked in the gym from about 2010 to 2017. And throughout those years, I learned so much from being under the wings of personal trainer directors, working with many, many other trainers. I just learned a whole lot. So I really do recommend that if you are just starting out as a personal trainer, that you should probably try to get a job at a gym, only because you really won't have, well, depending on how the gym is ran, you really won't have to struggle that hard to get clients. Some gyms will provide you with clients. New members will sign up, and most of the time, the people who are working the front desk or whatnot will set those people up with fitness assessments, and usually that's how you get people in front of you. So a lot of times they're provided. Other times, you kind of have to find your own clients, pay your rent, and train them at the gym, But it all depends on how the gym is ran. But I recommend everybody who has no experience whatsoever with personal training, you may want to try to get a job at a chain franchise like Anytime Fitness, LA Fitness, just gyms like that there's a lot of them. It's a franchise. Usually those type of gyms have some sort of a personal training department, or some sort of a plan as far as in numbers that they want to reach in the personal training field and department of that gym. So they have to have so many trainers, so many people that they need to train just to make a certain amount of money. So consider it like somewhat of a security. That's how I looked at it when you work in the gym. And also, don't just go to work just to go to work. Pay attention to the system. Pay attention to how things are ran. Every assessment in which you have, keep that knowledge for your database, because eventually one day you're going to want to leave that gym. And that's just the decision that I made last year, because it may sound all good, but when you're in the gym, you don't really get paid what you deserve. You get a certain percentage of whatever the training session is. So example, like here, like if you're paying $30, like if a person is paying $30 a session for workout with you or whatnot, you're only going to get about 40% of that training session, which boils down to about $12. Okay, that's $12 a session. So if you have 3 clients a day, that's only $36 right there for you. So I mean, that's not a lot of money, but honestly, if you really want to make a lot of money and you're working in a gym, you're going to have to train quite a few people a day. I'm talking like to make a really good living, maybe about up to 8 to 10 people a day. And that can be tiring. It can be very tiring, but if you can pull that off, you can make a pretty decent amount of money. But the fact is, a trainer really shouldn't have to train that many people a day to make a living, because ultimately it's up to you what you charge. You can charge one person for what you get paid for 4 people in a box gym. So that's just pretty much up to you. But again, you really need to be under the guidance of a director or something like that, or just be in an environment to where you're learning, so you're able to get out on your own 2 feet and take care of yourself. Like I said, I've been independent for a year and some change now, and I'm fine, because of everything that I've learned over the course of years to help me take care of myself. I feel like it's a huge mistake to just get certified and to just get out in the world and think that you're just going to become a successful trainer. I mean, you're going to end up finding another career real quick when you find out how it really works when it comes to marketing and advertising. I mean, it's a grind, people. I mean, because think about it, there's a whole lot of trainers out here. It's not just you, and so that means that people have options, and as long as people have options, you want to make sure that there is something about you that stands out. Like, please, 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 do not be a boring, average Joe, because people, I don't care how educated you are, people don't like that. People do not like boring. People don't like average Joe. People want to see something unique. They want to see something special. There has got to be something about you that just sticks out. And I know it's going to sound vain or whatnot, but sometimes that has to be your physique, or it has to be your personality. It's got to be something about you that sticks out, because like I said, the field is fierce. And there's just a whole lot of trainers in the world, or even in your city, that you have to compete with. So there just has to be something about you that stands out, whether it be your energy, I don't know, just find you a niche and then stick to it. Maybe you do YouTube. You know, a lot of people watch YouTube. A lot of trainers don't do YouTube. Or maybe you're very active on Instagram and you push social media. A lot of trainers, believe it or not, don't do that. Like where I am right now, quite a few people have found me because of Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Some people will find me because of Instagram. I looked up hashtag blah 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 and I found you. You know, I'm like, okay. And then I'll look at the same hashtag, and I hardly see any trainers in my city, at least the ones that I really know, even using social media like that. So you got to use everything to your advantage to stick out. Otherwise, you're gonna get lost in the minutia of the city, and you won't make it. Okay, so marketing is extremely important. You know, it's just like I wear this hat right here, D Muscle. This is who I am. This is my calling card. It's my nickname, and this is what everybody knows me as. I always wear this hat. I don't just wear this hat just because I like hats. I wear this hat. It's kind of like wearing a uniform to work almost. You know, I wear this and people know me as this person. You look me up on social media, you'll see that's who it is. That's the same guy that wears the hat. You know, that's just what I do, and that's what I've been doing for years now, and it works for me. Okay, so we've covered basically the type of people to expect that you're going to be working with in the personal training field. We've covered, you know, marketing yourselves, making sure that you get put in an environment that is going to teach you how to be a successful trainer. Hopefully that environment is going to teach you how to be a successful trainer, because a lot of gyms just don't treat their trainers fairly. They really don't. Some of them take care of them, and then there are others that really just don't give a crap about them, unfortunately. You know. But I say all of that to say this. I'm actually looking to change careers, to be honest with you, because I don't know. I don't want to sit up here and say I'm getting burnt out with it. I'll probably never stop personal training, but I definitely am looking to switch career fields, hopefully next year. Because, you know, that's just one other thing I'm going to say. The final thing, and I know this video is going on 20 minutes, but this is some stuff that you guys really need to know. So hopefully you don't mind a long video, okay? Personal training is really not the most stable career, I'll say, because, you know, clients, again, remember, you're dealing with people. You know, people come, clients come, and some of them go, unfortunately. You know, a lot of clients can pay for their training for 3 months, and then something may happen on the 4th month and they won't be able to pay for their training. You know, I can honestly say a lot of people, more people stop training because of financial issues versus issues of not getting results, because most people do see changes in their body. You know, most people, I will say that much. And a lot of them love to exercise, and they love the fact that they're being pushed, you know. And this goes for no matter how good of a trainer you are, you just have no control over what goes on in their lives. You have no control. You don't know whether they're going to lose their job. You don't know whether they're going to have some sort of expense that they have to pay for, a medical bill, something that goes on with their car. Anything can happen. You know, they may end up taking care of somebody else, you know, another person that's just not cheap to take care of, okay? It just could be anything that could potentially keep them from coming to see you. And even though we really should not have hard feelings, or we shouldn't, you know, hold it against those people, because if it was us, we would have to do what we have to do too, and cut loose whatever we feel we can live without, just to take care of our family or whatnot, or whatever expense we need to take care of. We would do the same thing. But the fact is, it happens a lot, and it can be a burden on the personal trainer. It can be a burden on you, because you can have somebody who has been paying you $300. This has happened to me several times. You can have somebody who's been paying you $300 a month for training, and then all of a sudden they don't pay you anymore because they have to stop. Well, that's $300 out of your pocket now, you know. And the thing is, I've had this happen to me with, you know, consecutively with people, like 2-3 people. You know, something may have happened with a job. I remember I had one guy I was training, his house burnt down. One started a new job, her schedule was inconsistent. I mean, it just happens, folks. It does, and there's really nothing we can do about it, okay? The only thing that you can do is stay on the hustle. Don't ever get too comfortable with what you got, unless you have something else that you're doing on the side. Don't ever get too comfortable, because you don't know what you're gonna wake up to tomorrow. You don't know what type of situation you're gonna be in with your clients. You know, you could be with somebody for a year, and they could just up and say, "Oh, I have to stop training." You could be with somebody for 2 weeks. "Oh, I have to stop training." It happens. So I just want people to be aware of that, because that is that's an inconsistent wave of income, and that's not cool, especially if you're somebody who just maybe bought a house, or if you're a trainer that just bought a new car or something like that, and you're making a steady amount of money from the current clients that you have to pay for that stuff. And if you lose 2, 3, 4 clients, that's gonna be a pretty big hit on how much money you make, and you may have a bit of a rougher time trying to pay for your expenses. So that's one of the major reasons why I'm looking to change fields. I'll probably, like I said, I'll never really stop personal training. I love it, and I really enjoy it a lot. But at the same time, it's inconsistent. And for me, I got a wife, I got 3 kids. There's a whole lot of things in which I need to try to accomplish, that I want to accomplish within the next 2 to 4 years. You know, just some major moves that I'm going to need to be in a consistent, a really consistent situation to make happen. But who knows? Anything can happen. You know, my business could blow up. You know, I could really blow up online. I've really been wanting to do the online thing for quite some time. Have the ability to do that too. I can work with people online. I actually had a couple of online clients. Not really something that I push very often, but I think I'm going to, because online training is a very popular career these days. So that's another option for you guys out there. You know, training in person is not necessarily the top dog anymore these days. Okay, guys, this video's ran on long enough. Some of you out there have wanted longer videos, so you got it. It's almost a 25-minute video. Hopefully you get through it. Be sure to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Peace.